Hi guys. So now we go ahead. Now we are done with 4 chapters, guys. The 5th chapter is issue of shares, but I am just skipping that chapter for the minute, and I'm going ahead to 6th and 7th chapters, which are sources of finance. Since we just did long-term sources of finance, I was more interested to get into the other sources and then come back to issue of shares. Okay. So right now I would be focusing on medium-term sources of finance and short-term sources of finance in this chapter. Now, as the word medium term suggests, it is a period from anywhere between from 1 year to 5 years. 1 year to 5 years broadly is medium term, and short term is 0 to 1 years. So here typically we will be looking at, if I have some medium term use, or if I have some medium term asset, how do I finance that asset? Now this form of finance, guys, is predominantly used in buying machinery, small aspects of plants, okay, some plant machinery, then certain equipments, yeah, vehicles. Typically a medium term source of finance is used for these 4-5 things. Okay, typically where we know that 4 to 5 years broadly is the life, and that is the need of finance for it. Okay, so now how do I buy this? For example purposes, guys, let's say we are a retail individual and we want to buy a car. Okay, so let's say I am taking the example of a vehicle, and how will I be planning to finance a vehicle, how I'll be financing a vehicle purchase. Okay, so the car that I'm looking at, guys, is a Tesla Roadster. I really love Tesla cars, so hence the example. Let's say right now it's not available in India, it's not available in India, बट मैं बोला एग्जाम्पल दूं तो ऐसा कुछ तगड़ा ही दूं ना तो मजा है. सो लेट्स से बहुत सस्ता वाला रोडस्टर का एग्जांपल ले रहे हैं. लेट्स से द रोडस्टर इज अवेलेबल इन इंडिया एट 50 lakhs. ओके, एंड आई वांट टू बाय दिस रोडस्टर. ठीक है, सो आई वुड बी टिपिकली यूजिंग सम मीडियम टर्म सोर्स ऑफ फाइनेंस टू परचेज दिस. Okay, it's a beautiful car, guys. Yeah, so now coming back, so let's say for the purchase, guys, broadly the medium term sources that available are hire purchase. The second one that I will be looking at is something which is called as credit sale. The next one that I am going to be looking at is a bank loan. And finally, I'll be looking at leases. So let's say if I have to look at medium term sources of finance, these 4 are the sources of finance. So we will be doing a comparative study of these sources of finance. Okay, so let's say these will be my pointers with respect to the study. Let's look at the first case, which is hire purchase. Okay, now if I have to explain the transaction, what happens here, goods are sold to the buyer against payment of installments. Okay, it's a hire sale, so I sell the car in installments. Okay, so let's say the nature of transaction is my first point. Now what is the installment? The installment typically has principal plus interest. So let's say in my example, let's say 5 साल के लिए उसने मेरे को दिया. Let's say the installment was in 11 lakh per year. A very crude one, guys. So 10 lakh goes towards principal, 1 lakh goes towards interest. Okay, so 10 lakh goes towards principal and 1 lakh goes towards interest. There is some down payment that happens. Certain percentage is down payment. It would vary from product to product how much should be the down payment. Let's say the down payment in our case is, let's say the first installment is the down payment, which is 10%, 1 by 5, which is 20%. Okay, I'll take it ahead now. Okay, here when does the transfer of ownership happen? Now typically on a transfer of ownership is transferred, guys, only on the payment of last installment. So only on payment of last installment. So what do I mean by this, guys? Till the last installment, the ownership of the product is with the seller. I will become the rightful owner only when I have paid the last installment and the fifth installment. So last 11 lakh मैं भरूंगा, उसके बाद there is a transfer of ownership. The ownership does not transfer at time 0. Okay, this is an important point. We will come to it. Why is it important? I'll just make it a little small. Yeah. So the transfer of ownership happens in the last installment. So what is the recourse in event of non-payment? So what happens in event of non-payment? The asset can be repossessed. So if I default in payment, मेरी टेस्ला गई, the owner can take back the Tesla from me and sue me for any damages. Also, I cannot make any change in the car without approval of the seller. Obviously, because he is the owner, I am not the owner. So I cannot make any major change in the car without his approval. So in other words, I can say that the buyer enjoys only the right to possession, but does not enjoy right to ownership. I hope I have used a very technical term here, which is important. Buyer enjoys only right to possession and not right to ownership. He has just the right to, when I say possession, it basically means it is the right to use the asset, but he does not own the asset. I hope everyone's clear with this. Very important. Now I'll take all the 4 points forward. I'll just make this a little bigger. The next, which is credit sale. दूसरा तरीका है कि goods are sold, yeah, on installment basis. Again, the same thing. The installment also includes both. It has principal plus interest. There will be some down payment. Let's say everything is the same, but only this is the place where is the difference. The transfer of ownership happens at time 0. Okay, so what happens is I have transferred the car, or the seller has transferred the car to the buyer, okay, at time 0 itself. Okay, hire purchase में क्या हो रहा था? Till the last installment was paid, ownership was not getting transferred. Ownership was getting transferred only on the payment of last installment. Here the transfer of ownership happens at time 0. Now what is the risk of this? Can the asset be repossessed? So the asset cannot be repossessed. Why? Because you are not the owner of the asset. The owner of the asset is the buyer. Okay, so the only recourse that you have is I can sue for damages. So in this case, buyer enjoys the right to possession and ownership. Okay, he is the rightful owner of the asset. I hope everyone's clear. So this is a very, very risky form of finance. I mean, nobody does these forms of finance. So this is done typically only for friends and relatives. जिसको मैं बहुत अच्छी तरह से जानता हूं उसको ही मैं ये फाइनेंस दूंगा, अदरवाइज मैं मर जाऊंगा. Okay, because the legal recourse that I have is very, very limited. Okay, now we look at the next form. Bank loans. Now other option, and this is one of the most used options. Here what happens is goods are sold to the bank. Okay, and use is, or I'll say right to use is transferred to the buyer. So if I have to explain this, so let's say ये मेरा टेस्ला का सेलर है, ये मैं हूं, और let's say there is a bank, let's say Bank of India है. Goods are sold to him, to the bank, and then the right to use is transferred to me. Okay, now typically this is called as something which is called as a hypothecation agreement that is executed. जिसकी भी गाड़ी लोन पे होगी ना, तो तुम लोग देखोगे तो तुम लोग के जो गाड़ी के बुक में ना ओनर में तुम्हारा नाम होगा, बट नीचे लिखा होगा हाइपोथिकेटेड टू योर बैंक. ओके, सो बेसिकली इसमें एडवांटेज क्या है? टेस्ला सेलर गेट्स द एंटायर मनी ऑफ हिज गुड्स. Akash and Bank of India enter into an agreement for installments. Okay, so if I come here, installment will typically cover both. Again the same thing, installment will cover principal plus interest, but right now the seller is relieved. उसको कोई मगजमारी नहीं करना है, उसको सिर्फ गाड़ी दे देनी है और बैंक से पैसा ले लेना है. ओके, सो हियर द प्रिंसिपल एंड इंटरेस्ट आर पेड टू द बैंक. यहां पे भी डाउन पेमेंट इज मेड डायरेक्टली टू द सेलर, बट और बैलेंस का लोन आता है. नाउ अगेन हियर द इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज द ओनरशिप is with the bank, which basically means bank can repossess the asset in event of non payment or default in payment. कल उठ के कुछ भी गलती हुई है, because ownership cannot be ownership is with the bank, it is transferred to the owner again only on the payment of last installment. Okay, so again the banks can repossess in event of non-payment and also sue for damages. So यहाँ पे ownership is with the bank, right to use is with the buyer. He can make changes if he wants, but yeah, if he defaults, then वो concept of crystallization आ जाता है कि फिर बैंक कुछ भी नहीं छोड़ेगा. We come to the last form, which is leases. Now leases, guys, is a very new form or a very fancy form of transaction. हाँ, ये lease का form has become very famous in India because of वो Zoom car. सबको अगर कोई ad दिखता है तो Z subscribe. They started Drive Z. Okay, all this concept of leasing in India has become very famous because of all these new startups. Okay, so now लीज में क्या होता है, मैंने सिर्फ राइट टू यूज दिया है. देयर इज नो ट्रांजैक्शन ऑफ ट्रांसफर ऑफ ओनरशिप. आई हैव जस्ट गिवन द राइट टू यूज द एसेट. ओके, देयर इज नो ट्रांसफर ऑफ ओनरशिप. द इंस्टॉलमेंट इज ऑफ लीज पेमेंट्स ओनली. There is no down payment. There is typically a deposit that is given to protect against any faults or any damages to the asset. Is there transfer of ownership? There is no transfer of ownership. The owner of the asset is the seller only. But there may be an option to buy. It's not mandatory. There may be an option to buy the asset. There is no transfer of ownership. Again, in event of non-payment of lease installment, seller can repossess because उसने तो सिर्फ right to use दिया है. Here, the only difference in the transaction is that this transaction is only of right to use. There is no transfer of ownership happening. It's not a transaction of transfer of ownership. Okay. So these are the 4 forms of medium term finance, guys. I will lease के ऊपर थोड़ा सा और ज्ञान है, थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा importance है. So I'll look at lease and then I'll come back here. So when I look at lease, guys, leases are of 2 types. One is called as operating lease and the second is called as a financial lease. Now operating lease में क्या होता है और financial lease में क्या होता है? Now operating lease is only there are installments for use of asset and the period of lease is smaller as compared to the life of the asset. Generally, the concept of operating lease is only in case of properties या real estate. बहुत सिंपल सा है, मैं जो सिंपल रेंट अग्रीमेंट करता हूँ वो लीज अग्रीमेंट होता है ना. फाइनेंशियल लीज में कॉम्प्लिकेशंस आते हैं. मतलब लेट्स से अगर मैंने यहाँ पे ये जो लीज अग्रीमेंट एंटर किया था, लेट्स से 4 साल का कर देता, तो भाई कोई बंदा आके बोलता भाई गाड़ी का लाइफ ही 4 साल का है, तू 4 या 5 साल बाद मेरे को गाड़ी देगा तो उसका वैल्यू नियर 0 हो जाएगा, तो मैं क्या करूंगा गाड़ी का. तो इन इफेक्ट ये क्या हो गया ना, एज गुड एज ट्रांसफर ऑफ ओनरशिप हो गया. लीगली ट्रांसफर ऑफ ओनरशिप नहीं हुआ बट फाइनेंशियल टर्म्स में तो उसने वैल्यू तो उतना एक्सट्रैक्ट कर लिया. तो इसके लिए देयर वाज अ कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ फाइनेंशियल लीज दैट वर बोर्न. नाउ हियर द लीज टिपिकली आर दोज वेयर द लाइफ of the lease is equal to the life of the asset, or let's say usable life of the asset. Second है the present value of lease installments is equal to the current market value of the asset. मतलब अगर ये मैंने 4 साल का लिया था या 5 साल का लिया था, और अगर मैंने उसको 5 साल का प्रेजेंट वैल्यू निकला है तो नियर 50 लाख ही आया, तो मतलब इन इफेक्ट मैंने गाड़ी खरीदी ली है, बिकॉज 4 साल या 5 साल का जो लाइफ था उसको मैंने जब डिस्काउंट करके वैल्यू निकाला तो 50 लाख हो गया. दैट इज व्हाट अ पर्सन वाज एक्सपेक्टिंग. सो इफ आई हैव टू डू हियर व्हेन आई से प्रेजेंट वैल्यू, सो लेट्स से मेरा अगर 11 लाख का इंस्टॉलमेंट था एवरी ईयर एंड आई डिस्काउंटेड इट एट द करंट मार्केट रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट, या 1+i, और अपने को जो समझ में आता है 11 लाख या A4 एट वॉट एवर द रेट, इफ दिस इक्वल्स टू 50 लाख, तो मतलब बंदे ने इन इफेक्ट गाड़ी बेची दी है, बिकॉज उसका लाइफ ऑफ द लीज वॉज इक्विवेलेंट टू द यूजफुल लाइफ ऑफ द एसेट. उसका प्रेजेंट वैल्यू ऑफ द लीज इंस्टॉलमेंट वॉज इक्वल टू द करंट मार्केट वैल्यू ऑफ द एसेट. एंड थर्ड, देयर मे बी एन ऑप्शन टू परचेज एट द एंड. अगर ये दो कंडीशंस गाइस सेटिस्फाई हो जाता है ना कोई भी लीज कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में, तो इट बिकम्स अ फाइनेंशियल लीज. अगर ये दो कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई नहीं होता है तो इट रिमेन्स एन ऑपरेटिंग लीज. सो ऑपरेटिंग लीज इज अ नेगेटिव डेफिनेशन. व्हाट इज नॉट फाइनेंशियल लीज इज ऑपरेटिंग लीज. या क्लियर गाइस? ये दो कंडीशन याद रखना, ठीक है. एंड टिपिकली गाइस अ फाइनेंशियल लीज is recorded in the books of accounts as both an asset and a liability. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? एसेट क्यों रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है? बिकॉज आई हैव द एसेट ओवर इट्स यूजफुल लाइफ. सो आई हैव द कार ओवर इट्स यूजफुल लाइफ. एंड लायबिलिटी क्यों है? बिकॉज आई हैव टू पे द लीज इंस्टॉलमेंट्स. तो दोनों साथ में रिकॉर्ड होता है, ठीक है. थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लेक्स ट्रांजैक्शन होता है. इनफैक्ट एक बहुत बड़ा, मतलब जब हम लोग सीए पढ़ते थे तो बहुत भंगार सा एक अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड था, AS19 करके, ऑन लीजेस. हाउ डू यू रिकॉर्ड लीजेस? अपने को कोई ऐसा फाड़ू चीज नहीं है. अपने को खाली ये बेसिकली समझना है कि अगर फाइनेंशियल लीज है ना, तो भाई एसेट भी होगा, लायबिलिटी भी होगा, बिकॉज यू आर गोना यूज द एसेट ओवर इट्स यूजफुल लाइफ. लायबिलिटी क्यों होगा? बिकॉज मेरे को इंस्टॉलमेंट्स पे करने. I hope I'm very clear. These are the 4 forms of finance. Yeah guys, run yourself through all of this. ये थोड़ा higher purchase छोटा हो गया, but run yourself through all of this quite neatly. Yeah, cool guys. Now we go ahead to short-term sources of finance. Now when I talk about short-term sources of finance, as we discussed earlier, the period of finance here is from 0 to 1 year. So typically the short-term sources does not stretch over a year. Okay. Broadly, the sources that we are going to be studying are bank overdrafts or cash credits. Yeah. The second thing is trade credit. Then we have bills of exchange. Then we have factoring. And finally we look at commercial paper. Alright, so let's first look at bank overdrafts or cash credits. Now guys, this is one of the most used forms of finance, most used for day-to-day requirements, so for basic working capital needs. Okay, I go to the bank and I have an overdraft facility to ensure that I pay my salaries, I can buy my goods. So typically the use is for day-to-day expenses, so paying day-to-day expenses. Then second would be for purchase of materials, again day-to-day expenses. Yeah, so basically material purchases, any conversion, labor payment. So all the things that are required on a daily basis, I finance them using overdrafts, okay, or cash credits. So the basic purpose is working capital. Now the reason it is short term, guys, because it is callable by the bank at a short notice. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ गाइस, कल उठ के बैंक को लगा कि तुम लोग कुछ बराबर नहीं कर रहे हो, कोई प्रॉब्लम है, इमीडिएटली वो तुम लोग को नोटिस भेजेगा एंड ओवरड्राफ्ट नीड्स टू बी पेड अप. Yeah, it is callable by the bank at a short notice and renewed every year. So at the end of the year, the bank typically reviews if you have utilized the money for the purpose for what it was raised, and do you require more money. Yeah, if it requires more money, the overdraft is renewed. If it is not, then it is called. So hence it is a short term finance because it is callable by the bank at a short notice. So guys, overdraft should not be used for funding any medium or long term asset. I should not use overdraft facility for any medium or long term asset. Okay guys, it is a short term purpose and should be used for short term purposes as highlighted here. If I use this for any of this, ये काम के लिए यूज कर दिया और कल उठ के बैंक ने कॉल कर दिया तो बड़ा इशू हो जाएगा. Okay, cool. The second form of finance that I had listed was trade credit. Now trade credit is like your normal credit given to sellers, or let's say credit given to buyers. So if I'm buying the goods, the credit that I get for paying the amount, that is trade credit. Typically ranges anywhere between 30 days, can go up to 180 days. This is a very subjective form of finance, huh? Okay, so matlab this will greatly depend on the credibility of the buyer for giving them period for making the payment. बट बहुत क्रूड फॉर्म है, अलग अलग लोगों का अलग अलग फॉर्म ऑफ फाइनेंस होता है, एंड थोड़े बहुत इंडस्ट्री नॉर्म्स भी होते हैं. सो टिपिकली द गारमेंट्स इंडस्ट्री follows a 90 to 80 day 180 day cycle. ठीक है, सबका अलग अलग है. Then the capital goods industry also enjoys a good cycle, also enjoys a decent cycle. You have the FMCG industry which enjoys a very very small cycle. So it depends upon industry to industry, but is the total credit given by the buyer, by the seller to the buyer for making payments of goods. So if X sells goods to Y, the time allowed by X to make the payment is referred to as trade credit. Yeah, cool. Most primitive form of finance in existence since ages, guys. The third thing that we discussed was factoring. Now factoring, guys, is of two types actually. One is called as recourse and the second is called as non-recourse. What do you mean by factoring? Factoring basically means you are selling off receivables. So if I have trade receivables, I have sold goods to someone and I want to finance against it, I typically go for factoring. So just to give you a perspective of factoring, let's say X goes to Y and sells goods of 50,000, against which X gives Y a trade credit of 90 days. Now let's say for some reason X is in need of money. So X goes to the financial institution and says, boss देख मैंने Y को माल बेचा है. He shows the necessary documents. Okay, confirmation from Y for sale of goods, the necessary documents, and goes to the financial institution and says, boss, I want to sell this receivable to you. Okay, the receivable for 50,000 to Y, I wanted to sell it to you. The financial institution say, okay, I give you, let's say 40,000 rupees and I will charge 10% interest per annum. Okay, so now how will I settle this? Let's say at maturity, the financial institution will go to Y, he'll tell him, boss, X has sold the receivable, give me the money. The Y will pay financial institution the stipulated 50,000 rupees, from which financial institution will pay X the net balance. So मतलब वो क्या बोलेगा, भाई देख मेरे को 50,000 मिला, less 40,000 which I have already paid you, less the charge on 40,000. So 40,000 पे interest आएगा. How will I calculate that interest? 40,000 into 10% into 90 divided by 365. Yeah, because this was 10% was per annum. It will work out to 986 rupees. Let's say, for the sake of simplicity, let's round it up to 1000. So net ये minus करेगा, ये minus करेगा, and he will give back 9,000 to X. Yeah, this is how a factoring agreement works. Okay, now the important part is, somebody would say अगर Y ने पैसा नहीं किया तो, that is where these terms come into picture, non-recourse and recourse. Recourse basically means in event of non-payment by the buyer, in our example Y, the financial institution has a recourse back to X. So financial institution will go back to X, boss तेरे Y ने पैसा नहीं दिया, अभी तू मेरे को मेरा 40,000 वापस दे, मेरा 1,000 रुपया का चार्ज वापस दे. So in which case X will pay the financial institution 41,000. 40,000 will be the amount that is taken, 1,000 will be for his charge. But if it is a non-recourse, ठीक है, in event of non-payment, the financial institution cannot go back to X. Okay, which basically means at time 0 only there is the receivable is sold. Which basically within financial institution को मैं बोल दूंगा, भाई तू X को Y को मारना है मार डाल, तोड़ना है तोड़ डाल, पर तेरे को पूरा पैसा रिकवर करने का 40,000 मैंने तेरे से ले लिया, मेरा काम हो गया. I hope I'm clear. Now सबको लगता होगा ये नॉन रिकोर्स फैक्टरिंग बहुत इजी है, बहुत अच्छा है, but there are catches. Very rarely do people go for non-recourse factoring. Now somebody will tell why. One reason for very less is that non-recourse factoring is very expensive, and second, it spoils business relationship. तो कल उठ के फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन जाके वाई के साथ कुछ गलत धंधा कर देगा तो वाई क्या बोलेगा नेक्स्ट टाइम एक्स को, भाई मेरे को अभी काम नहीं करना है, छोड़ दे. दूसरा, दिस विल नॉट बी अ चीप फॉर्म ऑफ फाइनेंस बिकॉज इन इफेक्ट एक्स से सारे रिस्क उतर जाते हैं, सो इट इज अ वेरी वेरी एक्सपेंसिव फॉर्म ऑफ फाइनेंस. सो दिस प्रिसाइसली 2 रीजंस व्हाई दिस इज वेरी रेयरली यूज्ड. बहुत रेयर यूज केसेस है इसके, बिकॉज अगर कल उठ के वाई फॉर सम जेन्युइन रीजन इज नॉट एबल टू पे, तो फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन को तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है, उसको तो पैसा निकालना है, इशू हो जाता है. Yeah, I hope everyone's clear with this. We go to the fourth form of finance, which is bills of exchange. हाँ, ये सबको यहाँ पे सारे कॉमर्स बच्चों को बहुत ये याद होगा बिकॉज दिस इज व्हाट यू हैव डन इन योर 12th स्टैंडर्ड. साइंस वाले फर्क नहीं पड़ता, कॉमर्स वाले को वैसे भी कुछ याद तो रहने वाला है नहीं, सो डजंट मैटर. इन केस even they have done, they still won't be able to recollect is what I trust the commerce guys of. All right, so bills of exchange is quite similar to factoring guys. इसमें क्या होता है ना, x let's say same transaction has sold goods to y at 50,000. now along with the sales invoice X will draw a bill of exchange. ठीक है, तो बिल ऑफ एक्सचेंज ऐसा एक डॉक्यूमेंट बनता है विच इज इन नेचर ऑफ अ प्रोमिसरी नोट. मतलब क्या होगा कि ऐसा लिखा होगा Y promises to pay X or his order a sum of rupees 50,000 after 3 months on so and so date. ठीक है, so this is called as a promissory note because it promises to pay. Since there is a promise to pay. ठीक है, ये टिपिकली एक्स वाई को बना के देता है और यहां पे अगर वाई एक्सेप्ट करता है सो ही विल राइट एक्सेप्टेड एंड खुद का साइन कर देगा. देन दिस बिकम्स ऑन एक्सेप्टेंस this becomes a bill of exchange. Yeah, so along with the invoice एक और document बनता है a promissory note. On acceptance of the buyer it becomes a bill of exchange. I can use the bill of exchange and discount it from a financial institution. So what will happen, I will go to a financial institution, I will show him the document, in this case bill of exchange. financial institution document देखेगा और पैसा देगा जो भी है. let's say 50,000 था तो उसने 49,000 दे दिया और बोला 1,000 मेरा चार्ज है. okay, so 1,000 is the charges. okay, but yeah, इसमें ऐसा देयर इज नो कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ नॉन रिकोर्स. हाँ, so basically y does not pay, financial institution can recover it from x. okay, the only difference guys in the UK is that typically ये x का credibility कुछ नहीं होता है. so वहां पे क्या होता है ना, बैंक ऑफ x guarantees payment, then the credibility of the bill of exchange increases. so मतलब apart from x accepting here, उसका बैंक भी एक्सेप्ट करेगा. एंड जैसे ही कोई बैंक एक्सेप्ट कर लेता है ना, इट इज वेरी इजी टू ऑब्टेन फाइनेंस ऑन इट बिकॉज एक बैंक ने बोला है कि मैं पैसा दूंगा 3 महीने बाद इस एक पर्सन को, एंड बैंक का क्रेडिबिलिटी बहुत हाई होता है मार्केट में, हेंस इट इज वेरी इजी टू ऑब्टेन फाइनेंस. सो वंस द बैंक एक्सेप्ट्स इट, इट इज कॉल्ड एज अ बैंक बिल ऑफ एक्सचेंज. ये कॉन्सेप्ट यूके का है, इंडिया में ऐसा बैंक कोई एक्सेप्ट नहीं करता है. I hope everyone's clear. We come to the last form of short-term finance, which is commercial paper. Now typically this is used by large companies. Very large companies use commercial paper. Okay, commercial paper is a bearer promissory note. So मतलब वापस ऐसा एक डॉक्यूमेंट होगा, उसमें लिखा होगा आई प्रॉमिस टू पे द बेरर ऑफ दिस डॉक्यूमेंट a sum of so and so rupees on so and so date, ऐसा लिखा होता है और नीचे कंपनी का साइन होता है, जो भी कंपनी है, लेट्स से रिलायंस ने इशू किया तो रिलायंस का साइन होगा इधर, ओके। बट इट इज अ वेरी वेरी लार्ज, सो मतलब इसमें लेट्स से 10 करोड़ रुपया या 10 लाख रुपया on so and so date. It typically is of a very high denomination, guys. It is not for small people. It is a very large company form of finance. मैं ये promissory note देता हूँ. The good part is since I am a very large company, this promissory note can be traded. Typically this is typically issued at a discount and redeemed at par. सो लेट्स से मैंने अगर लेट्स से ये वाला एग्जांपल लिया, रिलायंस वाला है, टाइम 0 मेरे को 10 लाख रुपया लेना था, या तो मैंने बोला अभी मेरे को 9 लाख रुपया दे दे, 3 महीने बाद आई विल पे यू बैक 10 लाख रुपीज, टेक अ प्रॉमिस. सो प्रॉमिसरी नोट दे देता है इधर. 3 महीने बाद द होल्डर ऑफ द डॉक्यूमेंट विल गो टू रिलायंस एंड से बॉस देख तूने प्रॉमिस किया था, इसलिए मेरे को पैसा दे. ओके, दैट्स हाउ द एंटायर कॉन्सेप्ट वर्क्स. It's just a simple promissory note, but it's of very great value because it is by a very large corporate. Okay, now in the UK only listed companies are allowed to issue promissory notes. Or issues commercial papers. Yeah, they range from anywhere between 7 days to 365 days. डेज का इंस्ट्रूमेंट होता है ये. ओके guys, again these are all sources of short term finance. If you use this for long term purposes, लोचा है. And इसका सबसे बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल guys is there is a company which was called as ILFS. ठीक है, भाई ने 91,000 करोड़ का डिफॉल्ट किया है. इट इज द लार्जेस्ट डिफॉल्ट इन द हिस्ट्री. ये बंदे ने वही गलती किया विच वी कॉल एज एसेट लायबिलिटी. आइडियली मैनेजमेंट है, पर ये बंदे ने ना मिस मैनेजमेंट किया. बंदे ने कमर्शियल पेपर, बैंक ओवरड्राफ्ट लिया और डाला रोड प्रोजेक्ट्स में, और आई विल से इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट्स में. ठीक है, तो ही यूज्ड अ शॉर्ट टर्म सोर्स टू फंड अ लॉन्ग टर्म एप्लीकेशन, एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड एज एसेट लायबिलिटी मिसमैनेजमेंट. ठीक है, तो पहले तो लोगों को लगेगा अरे इतना सिंपल चीज था. हाँ, ये चला क्यों? बिकॉज ये ना सीपीज दे वर रिन्यूड कंटिन्यूसली. फॉर लॉन्ग पीरियड्स ऑफ टाइम. मतलब मैंने लेट्स से आईएलएफएस ने सीपी इशू किया, सीपी पे लिखा था कि मैं 6 महीने बाद दूंगा. सीपी वाला आया, ये लो 6 महीने बाद, तो आईएलएफएस ने क्या बोला, रिन्यूड फॉर 6 मंथ्स. वापस 6 मंथ्स के लिए ले गया और ये रिन्यू करते रहे. सीपी वालों ने कभी पैसा नहीं मांगा. ठीक है, बट कभी वन फाइन डे एक सीपी वाले ने बोला भाई पैसा दे मेरे को चाहिए. देयर वाज अ रिडेम्पशन. तो लोचा हो गया. आईएलएफएस बोला भाई मैं पैसा लाऊं कहां से? आईएलएफएस कुड नॉट ब्रिंग दैट मनी. Why it couldn't bring the money is because पैसा तो रोड में लगा था. अभी रोड बेच के थोड़ी पैसा निकलेगा. It is not that fast form of finance, and it defaulted and it went bankrupt. इसका एक solvency issue होगा और ये bankrupt हो गया. So guys, the moral of the story is that whatever form of finance that we have studied right now, all the 4 forms of finance, okay, are all short term sources, and they should be used for short term purposes, whether it be overdrafts, whether it be trade credit, whether it be bills of exchange, whether it be factoring, whether it be commercial paper. All are to be used for short term funding. and I hope everyone's understood this. Yeah, with this I complete the chapter. हाँ, लोगों को लगेगा क्या सर फटाफट कर दिया. No, this is a small chapter. Earlier it was a part of company ownership. Now it is made a separate chapter. So it was earlier also a small part of a chapter. Now it's made into a separate chapter. So I thought of doing this. It's quite connected. मैंने कुछ भगाया नहीं है, आराम से किया है. Go through it आराम से and solve the concept checkers. Yeah, cool guys.